Hey y'all, Rick Sky here, back again with another DJI Mini 4 Pro video. And within this video, first of all, I'm going to power this off because I just finished flying. Man, multiple flights, long duration flights, and I've still got 60% battery life remaining. And this is just the stock drone battery for the DJI Mini 4 Pro. This is the smallest battery. It's the let's see, capacity, it's 2590 milliamps, so smallest battery. It is important to note that if you go with the larger capacity battery, and this could change in the future, but the current battery that's larger capacity, it'll bump the weight of this drone over 249 grams, which in some countries it may pose a disadvantage. So for that reason, given the phenomenal battery life that this stock battery achieves, there's no reason I would want to go with the larger capacity battery. Why do that? This is the best drone on the market today for several reasons. Number one, you're getting a camera that will do 4K 60, 4K 60, 4K 60 frames per second. It's phenomenally good, especially if you're doing retiming, speeding up, slowing down your videos within post-production. That extra frame rate is very advantageous. And that's just the 4K. You know, if you're filming lesser resolutions, you can do some really wicked slow motion. Also, this camera will tilt from landscape to portrait mode. So if you're doing something like a YouTube short, you know, maybe, you know, a lot of social media things now, it's the tall and narrow versus the wide, then you'll probably find that having that portrait orientation of the camera just by clicking a virtual button within the app can be good for your social media posts. Now, I'm a YouTube guy, so I'll use those for YouTube shorts, but you may use some other networks and want to do that. So that's a nice feature. Probably something I won't use that much. I like landscape, traditional widescreen video, but that's my personal preference. It's cool that the drone does this. This has obstacle avoidance, which anything that may improve the safety of a drone in my book is a positive. So it's nice that's on there. I don't depend upon obstacle avoidance. I've been flying drones since Phantom 1, and that was way before obstacle avoidance was even a thing, and I'm always safe and responsible. Speaking of that, always practice and preach safe and responsible drone use, because if you don't, this hobby may cease to exist, and that would be catastrophic. So don't do that. You know, always be safe, responsible, be your own drone evangelist, and spread the word. You know, preach safe and responsible drone use. Battery life's phenomenal. USB-C is in Charlie recharge. You can see it on the rear of the drone. Why is that so important? Well, you know, I drove to a field. So when I hop back in the car or the boat or ATV or whatever, I can plug this in and recharge the drone while I'm moving, you know, to the next spot. Same thing with the controller. The controller is USB-C rechargeable. I went with a controller that doesn't have the integrated screen, personal preference. You may want to get the integrated screen. I'm using mine with the iPhone 15 Pro, which it did come with Lightning, and then also USB-C to USB-C. Of course, if you didn't know, the current model iPhone is USB-C instead of Lightning. But I got both connectors in the box, so that was nice. So recharging off the grid, super simple. You could use a solar USB battery bank. So I'm out in the woods, I would use a solar USB battery bank, and then I would you know, top that battery off with the sun with its solar panels. So this with just one battery is probably more than enough filming time for most situations. Like I said, I've been flying out here for quite a bit, and I've still got 60% battery life remaining. So that's phenomenal battery life. Now, if I'm going somewhere out of the country, you know, getting on a sailboat or whatever, I probably would get an extra battery just in case my battery failed. Redundancy is always a good thing. You don't want to be caught without a drone. So I would get an extra battery, and I would get an extra micro SD card. This, with 128 gig micro SD card like I use, I've got, and I've talked about it in my field test videos, the recording time was approximately 2 hours and some change off 128 gig, and that's at 4K 60 frames per second. So really phenomenal battery life. So you're getting something that's small, something that's lightweight. I mean, look when it's folded up. It fits in my hand, man. I mean, look at that. Look at how small that is. And I'm going to show you this So I've got this little basic, you don't even need a case for it, but I've got this basic case. Just when I'm carrying it around, it may better protect it. By the way, you can throw a case like this inside a dry bag and make it waterproof. So no more. If you've been a subscriber for a while, you've probably seen my videos. If you haven't subscribed, check them out. Go all the way back to my Phantom 1 videos. You'll see that large and very nice case that I would travel with my DJI Phantoms, and then also my Mavic Pros. And it was not convenient. It got the job done. It was waterproof and ruggedized. But I mean, now I've got something so small and so lightweight. Look, I just put my little gimbal camera protector on it, and then I put it inside my case and zip up my case. I got a handle on it, and then right here, now again, you may opt for the more expensive controller that has integrated screen, and that's fine. It's a great experience. I went for the less expensive option that doesn't have the integrated screen. I'm just using my iPhone 15 Pro, but you may be using an Android phone. You may be using a different model of iPhone. That's perfectly fine. But see, look at this. I've even got my phone in the case. That was one of the gripes with some of the original Mavic Pro. When the Mavic Pro first came out, the way that the phone attached to the controller was not optimal. I mean, they were trying something different. You know, DJI went from the big and heavy DJI Phantom series to something smaller and more manageable. So they had to figure it out. This is perfect. Look at that. And you notice my phone wasn't naked. I had my phone in its case. That was a complaint I had with some of the original Mavic Pro and Mavic Air, and you know, the predecessors of this Mini 4 Pro was, you know, often my phone would have to be naked. And you know, when are you going to drop your phone? Well, when it's outside of its case, when it's naked. So it was inevitable. I mean, I've cracked a lot of phones, but now I can keep my phone in its case, and with it in its case, it still fits in this controller because they've got a very radically improved design. So everything about this drone, Mini 4 Pro, is better. It's best in class. And there's going to be people, and I respect your opinions, you're like, man, you got to have the Inspire, dude. It's so professional. Let me challenge you with this. This with 4K 60 and a little bit of, if you need to do a little bit of color grading within post production, you know, Final Cut Pro 10, DaVinci Resolve, whatever, you can do that. And you can take the already phenomenal video and make it even more professional. Now you've got to keep in mind, most people aren't watching their social media content on a large smart TV, but the ones that are, they're still going to get a very good visual presentation. I mean, this camera's no slouch, man. I mean, again, subscribe to my channel, check out my DJI Mini 4 Pro video playlist, and see the quality for yourself. Stream it, you know, fire up your YouTube app, and then AirPlay it or whatever over to your big screen TV. You know, maybe you're super rich or something, you got like something bigger than a 65-inch. That's cool. Pixel peep and tell me what you think. Tell the viewers what you think. How good is the quality? This thing handles well. It is also the quietest drone I've ever flown. If you've noticed in several of my videos, older drones, they kind of had that, it sounded like an angry swarm of bees. This is less noisy, and that's a positive. Not that I'm out here spying or doing anything like that, but if there's something that doesn't create noise, it doesn't draw attention, and there's certain situations where you don't want to draw attention. I mean, obviously there's nobody around here. I'm out in the middle of a field, but if I'm wanting to get some cool shots, you know, I'm out on a sailboat or whatever, and I want to swim to shore and get some cool shots, I don't necessarily want to distract other people that are on that island and, you know, come over and interfere with me while I'm flying. So that's a value add of a quieter drone. So it doesn't draw as much attention. The physical size of the drone doesn't draw as much attention. It's just a really incredible design. And I mean, even this in its case right here, this case I'm carrying it in, you don't have to carry it in its case. It's got a little strap that comes with it that'll strap the propellers to it. So for minimalist travel, you wouldn't even have to put it inside of a case, but I just do because I want to better protect it. But Mini 4 Pro is without a doubt the best drone on the market today. Today being September the 30th of 2023. So if you got a different opinion, comment below. I respect everyone's opinions, but my opinion, and this is only after 2 days of flying my Mini 4 Pro, Mini 4 Pro is without a doubt the best drone on the market today. And again, that's not because it's the latest and greatest drone, but it is the best drone. It's got the best tech, the best size, the battery life's phenomenal, it's quiet, the video quality is incredible. What else could one want? Comment below, tell me what you think. Be sure to subscribe and ring that bell to be notified whenever I post another video. And ask your questions, because what I want to do is respond. I've already responded to a few and I'm editing those videos, but your questions, so that I can address those questions within upcoming DJI Mini 4 Pro videos. And like always practice safe and responsible drone use. Be your own drone evangelist. Don't just practice drone safety, but preach it. Because if you don't, this hobby may cease to exist. And that would be catastrophic for people that love drones. Y'all have a good day. Hey y'all, Captain Irix Guy here. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. If you did, please be sure to subscribe. It's youtube.com/Irix Guy. And ring that bell icon when you do to be notified whenever I post another video. Thanks for your viewership, and y'all have a good day.